Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be looking at why Scottie Pippen is the most underrated NBA player of all time. Let's get right into it. At number 5, he was overlooked by the GOAT. Scottie Pippen was underestimated because he partnered with the greatest athlete of all time, Michael Jordan. Michael was so spectacular that many fans and experts tend to overlook his flaws. Scottie Pippen was undermined by Michael because he could never match his teammates' performance on the court. That's unjust, because no one has ever done what MJ did. Jordan's flamboyant style of play made him a fan favorite before he won anything. Anyone seeing him play might relate to his bouncing, leaping, and levitation movements. Even Jordan's scoring was fantastic because he made everything look so natural. Nobody, including Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, come close to Mike. Jordan was a phenomenal athlete and talent. He was a winner concerned with dominating professional basketball. MJ was unbeatable in the clutch. By hitting game winners and slicing his opponents, Michael always won. Of course, he's the all-time leading scorer with 10 titles and the best defensive shooting guard. Scottie can't even come close to doing what Jordan did on the court. It wasn't his job. Then he had to help Michael get over his hurdle and start contributing to the team's success. Pippen didn't have to score 30 points per game, or even deliver in the clutch. As a top 50 talent, he needed to focus on one of his best strengths, defense. At number 4, the best perimeter defender ever? Pippen's defense was exceptional for its endurance. The all-star forward could defend a guy across the court and did so every possession. Scottie knew his defensive importance was a critical cog in the Bulls' oppressive defense that included Jordan, Ron Harper, and Dennis Rodman. Scottie was a constant in Chicago's dynasty because no forward defended like he did. Pippen never won Defensive Player of the Year, but his focus to defend allowed Jordan to devastate rivals with his offense. Without Scottie Pippen, the Bulls would not have had one of the best defenses ever. At number 3, his prime LeBron light-like game. LeBron James has recently joined the GOAT conversation because of his remarkable all-around talent. While James was never a winner like Jordan, he was a better all-around player. The King is 6'9" and weighs 250 pounds and has no skill weaknesses. James can score from the outside and inside and is big enough to defend. With the Miami Heat, LeBron was a potential Defensive Player of the Year candidate. But it's LeBron's ability to make plays that allows his team to thrive. LeBron's great passing ability improves his teammates and enables for a more effective offense. Even when his team had great offensive players like Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis, James was a playmaker to make his team more effective. While Scottie Pippen was not as big or as good as LeBron, he played in the same era. Pippen averaged 5.2 assists per game over his career, with seasons of 7, 6.3, and 6.2 assists per game. Even if he wasn't as good of a passer as LeBron, Pippen was often the Bulls' go-to guy. LeBron receives credit for being a playmaker because he was consistently a top 5 scoring threat in the NBA. James's performance in both areas was lauded. Pippen was never as good as LeBron because he couldn't score like him, but Scottie was LeBron light in his ability to improve his teammates. Pippen was LeBron's rebounding partner. James had 7.4 rebounds per game, while the Bulls star has 6.4 rebounds per game. Pippen could crash the boards and was prepared to take a hit to get rebounds. James rebounds more than Pippen because he's bigger, but Scottie can contribute rebounds along with his passing and defense. Scottie Pippen didn't have to be LeBron to help Jordan and the Bulls win. He just had to be a point forward who could guard the opposition's best players. Scottie's tendency to defer to Jordan meant his passing ability and overall game went unnoticed. At number 2, Scottie made many sacrifices that harmed his worth. The sacrifices Pippen made are a big reason that he didn't get the credit that he deserved. For starters, he was underpaid for most of his career. Despite being a top 5 player in the league, his pay was mediocre at best. Management couldn't believe that Pippen would accept such a deal, so they kept building the squad and paid Michael Jordan an absurd amount of money. While Jordan deserves every dime that he got, Pippen should have gotten over twice as much. Pippen was underappreciated in the NBA because he did not negotiate for a higher deal. In a society where the highest paid people command the greatest respect, Pippen was not on par with the other NBA superstars financially. Scottie seemed to devalue himself by taking whatever money was offered to him and his family. He could have been paid more like a top 5 player if he had been more patient. Second, Pippen gave up on the court. He had to defend the rival team's best players, make plays, and do the little things that superstars rarely do. When Michael Jordan retired, he concentrated on maximizing what Jordan gave to the Bulls. It would have been silly for Pippen to not make these sacrifices. which made him the NBA's most undervalued great. Remember, Scottie was a top 3 MVP candidate when Jordan retired, and he may have helped Jordan win 6 rings and cement his status as the GOAT. At number 1, they don't win 6 rings without Pippen. There's no way the Bulls win 6 titles without Pippen. Jordan stated that he can't win without him. A player with that much responsibility and authority should be respected, but he wasn't. Scottie always seemed to be under the shadow of Jordan or underpaid. Sadly, being Scottie Pippen meant being a Robin to Jordan's Batman. Even in rap lyrics, referring to Jordan as a compliment while calling him a Pippin is an insult. Again, Jordan was so good that anyone who compares to him will be unimpressive. But that shouldn't diminish Scottie Pippen's legacy as the NBA's most dominant defensive wing and a selfless superstar. However, Pippen's book is just bottled up frustration. Pippen deserved more recognition. Before he became a star, Michael was beaten up by the Larry Bird Celtics and the Bad Boy Pistons. Pippen was an all-star in his 3rd year and a strong two-way player in his 4th. Pippen averaged 17.8 points per game, 7.3 rebounds, 6.2 assists, and 2.4 steals per game in year 4. In comparison, LeBron averaged 21 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.0 assists in 2012. Scottie was the LeBron James light that the Bulls needed to win championships. He's the most underestimated NBA player who helped MJ and the Bulls create the greatest NBA dynasty. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Top NBA, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. We'll see you guys next time.